Welcome back to Observer Retro Streams. We will kick off September with Timelapse Part 2, in search of whether this timeline is truly linked to Atlantis. Stay tuned for our multi-horror block, with Amber Journeys Beyond on September 21st, and Scratches the Director's Cut on October 5th and 19th.
Tomorrow, I'll attempt to activate the time portal and go through it. I don't know what will happen to me when I try this. Please, hurry. I need your help. You must come at once to Easter Island. You're the only one I trust.
Glory to the wind, for it is her breath that escorts you across the night.
There is meaning to all things. Even the stones speak of it. In the crystals you will find gods and values are combined. There is an offering to make to appease the waiting snake.
Did you think that was difficult? Trespasser!
I can't wait to confront my arrogant critics. You should have heard what they called me. Addled, misguided, scientifically bereft.
Here are thoughts. You have within your grasp a power from beyond the stars. It is the gift of enlightenment, an elevation of mind and spirit to a new and wondrous plane. The gift will not be manifest in you, but in your children, and through generations to the end of time. Your descendants shall come to know new truths and devise ways to harness the unseen forces of this world. Accept this gift, and all that has been promised shall come to pass.
And far worse, I can tell you. But not anymore. Hard evidence of these discoveries will rock the scientific world. I can't wait to bring the artifacts back to our own time. We could end disease, hunger, avarice, and war in our own lifetime. Oh yes, yes, it's true. They hold the secrets to incredible power. I have much to tell you when we meet. They'll shower me with honors now. Shower us, I should say. The world will be ours, my friend.
as the priest did prophesize. Itzamna appeared as a blinding light atop our temples, and was seen in all our city-states at once. He summoned us to climb to the light and be transported to our blissful reward. But many feared that they would be sacrificed upon the high altars, and fled and hid among the jungle vines. Our learned brethren knew not this fear, and so climbed the steps, and saw that the steps did not end, but became a stairway to the heavens. So did our civilization cease to be a united people. And in the cycle of time, the jungle shroud grew to cloak our once mighty city. To breach the mighty chasm, the cycle of victory must repeat 3 times.
Checking for temporal discrepancies.
Welcome all, welcome back to Timelapse Part 2. This time I have better equipment, I've corrected the sound glitch, and we're halfway through the Mayan time zone. I picked this spot because it was one of the few screenshots I had that actually looked like Buried in Time. I'm at an earlier save, so let me just cut around to where I actually left off. I actually organized all the saves into appropriate folders, too. So yes, when you last saw the rock, paper, scissors puzzle with this Ina-looking statue, you literally had to win 3 games, 3 points each, in order for the bridge to raise. And the god, whatever god is here, snarls at you for solving it. Oh, looks like we entered a jungle. Is that a green screen gif of a parrot? Oh yes, a minor puzzle was the statue of the eyes of the statue were needed to be put in, because there's something else. Because if we actually go to where I first fixed the bridge in my old run, it's not gonna matter about the chronology of where I'm at, because I'm still jumping around because of that idiotic calendar puzzle.
Beauty resides in a heart of silk.
beauty resides in a heart of filth, it said?
You shall not pass without a sacrifice.
What sort of
I
sacrifice?
cannot see to clear your path.
Spear guns?
Now
Really?
I watch you suffer.
Great. So that was the robot taunting us because we got shot with arrows. Hello, what's this?
I cannot see to clear your path.
I actually haven't played this part in a long time.
I cannot see to clear your path. I cannot see to clear your path. I cannot see to clear your path.
So this is what we have to do. This statue needs eyes. And if we push one, the defenses on that side stop. Yeah, I always hate game mechanics where it repeats the same sound or voice line every time you turn to a specific screen. So I was wrong, there are actually 5 temples, but this one won't unlock until we access the other 4. Looks almost like an Aztec sun calendar. Oh, it's not one of the 2 gems, but how did we get that other one? Aha! Oh, pixel hunting, the bane of many gamers in the 90s.
I see the world only half revealed.
And that gives us a machete to cut these vines. Yeah, I'm making this little detour because I was saving this temple for last. Because where we want to go first is actually the Jaguar Temple. And while we're here, since I put it off, I figured now would be the time to start looking through this time zone section of Dr. Nichols' journal. If this epoch is at the height of their culture, I have mixed feelings of coming face to face with a Mayan. Peaked in the 1200s and mysteriously vanished. Yet, I agree with you, Sand and Twitch. Like, compared to this, I think I think even Arthur would short circuit if he saw this timeline, because like it doesn't make any sense at all. Because that's the problem. The main problem with this game is the story is really interesting, but the gameplay just feels forced. Chichen Itza's astronomical observatory, we saw that. So the temple we climbed at the start was what he thought was the Castillo, the big one that was buried in time. Oh, look at this. So they didn't use wheels for pottery, but they made wheeled toys. They made batteries? What? I find that hard to believe. The more I learn about this Nichols, I feel like he's just grasping for anything. Because how many of these discoveries could be reproduced? It's like the old joke of how cold fusion is in the Journal of Irreproducible Results. So all the people here left, but the animals haven't. So this was a clue for the math puzzle from part 1, 015. Oh god, I was right. They did have tools for bloodletting in multiple different ways. So everybody was just lining up to be sacrificed one by one. Gee, that sounds familiar. The mural shows the steps of the pyramid literally running with rivers of blood. I like this sketch. So I must have gotten the... I should have looked through this earlier, because the actual year I guessed at was 1135, so this would be after the year in Buried in Time. So he had a nightmare of being sacrificed himself. The Maya believed life to be a repeating cycle. So the first was their sacred calendar, and the second was depicted the years. The long count calendar began 3114 BC, and oh ha 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 ha, he's playing that conspiracy again. Didn't anyone realize that it would just reset back to zero and they'd just party like it's a new millennium? Nichols, you should have done more research yourself. Oscillation of global temperature? Maybe. Wow, that's a pretty good depiction of the robot. Yeah, it's definitely skinnier than Sinclair's. So it's like they all just jumped up and left. contrast of beauty and gore. The shriveled head of a monkey that still talked. Excuse me a second. Okay, good. So I had to reset the chat window because I wasn't sure if the old lines were fading or not. Vision of a Mayan priest recounting the myths. What form of magic or technology is this? How did the Mayans engineer this recording? Strangely, I was able to understand his language. The priest spoke of a gift from the gods received through blood. The myths support my theories and Laura's findings of genetic influence. This is a historical gold mine. I must find a way to return here with a research team to document everything. But why this elaborate cloaking of information? What are they protecting with these poetic truths? Could it be another pod similar to the Egyptian one? So if I got this right, Nichols has been jumping through these time periods and solving all these puzzles, and we've arrived at the point in time where everything was set to 0. That's actually similar to what Agent 5 had to do in the first 2 games, where he could only jump to a certain point where all the puzzles were reset, except for items he took. Sorry, I'm just... It amuses me thinking if this was Agent 5 doing this research and not some rando in the 90s. If only that fanatical Spanish priest Diego de Landa had not destroyed these irreplaceable books in a single night in the 16th century. Unfortunately, there were only 4 known codices in existence. Gold to be tears of the sun and silver tears of the moon. Oh yeah, a chalk mole. There were 2 behind us at the start, and this is what Gage used to drop into those caves and buried in time. Wondering why the Maya might abandon their city for the danger of the jungle. This actually looks like real information. Here he goes again. If I'm not careful, I'm going to fill my journal with more questions than answers. Oh good, a map of sorts. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Froz. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 temples. We finished these two in part 1, and this is where we're going to go next. And we can't go to this one without unlocking all the previous 4. "13 tiers of heaven, middle world of earth, and 9 tiers of the underworld." Arthur pointed out the same thing. Oh, okay. Keep this in mind. I think I'll have to take a picture with my phone because I can't access the camera in this mode. So each of these pictograms on the right specifies a certain number. We're going to need that for an upcoming puzzle. Be ready for this puzzle because I am definitely skipping it, but I have to show what it is first, and you'll hate it as much as I do. I know it. Okay. Whoops. I think it lagged there and I jumped all the way across. Let me try that again. So to access this Jaguar Temple, we have to turn right in the right frame. And then move forward once, and then go up the stairs. This does not look like a good sign. What in the heck? Well, there's the forge nickels mentioned. Now I just need something to melt. white, red, yellow, black. The trick is that the symbols here are arranged in a compass, but they're different on this container. Honestly, out of all the temples, this one is the simplest puzzle. Looking at OBS, I was right. The output to my headphones is also going to the Windows source I set up earlier, so I muted that one. So now the echo shouldn't happen. Oh, bottom one. That's a very unpleasant sound. And now we must cool it with blood. So now we have to wait a few real-time minutes for this to cool. I should probably save in case something goes wrong. And now we must give this statue its offering. And time for exposition video number 3.
We children of the Maize were blessed with knowledge and power. A mighty empire sprang from our works, and great stairways to heaven rose within our cities. The secrets of counting were revealed to us, and all numbers became known, even to infinity. We studied the movements of the heavenly orbs, and foresaw the times when the moon would hide the sun. We turned our spoken words into symbols, that paper and stone might bear witness to our deeds. And in gratitude for all that we had been given, we gave blood sacrifices, that Itzam Na might behold the devotion of his people.
Now, did you remember those symbols that were in the intro video? Remember those. And now on to the 4th temple. And now for the hardest temple yet. I will give credit. The designs of these places do look pretty good, even for their time. It's not every day you get to visit a Mayan temple in its prime. I gave a sacrifice and saw a 3rd video. Aha! So we need to put something here. Yeah, I don't like it either. What do I put on this altar? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Ah, another stone heart, of course. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this time zone is doing the Mayans dirty.
Unbroken steps will light your way to the underworld.
Unbroken steps will light your way to the underworld. So here's what we have to do. Those symbols in the codex are actually numbers, and those same numbers are written on these skulls. So what we have to do is input those numbers exactly in the right order so that each part of this pyramid is lit up without making it go dark again. So good thing I took that picture with my phone. Now I could. The problem is what the game doesn't tell you is which way is left and which way is right. So the fish-shaped one is 8. So the one with the hat is 5, so that would be, I'm gonna guess, L5. Mustache is 4. R4. L5 again. This bug-eyed one, I think, is 6. L6 again. R5. And L8. All right. All right, let's give it a go. The catch is that we only have a limited amount of moves, which means there's only one correct solution. And so these ones are the moves on the left and these are on the right. So let's try. Yes, I turned it down in the menu. Wait a minute. There is no 4 on the right. So I might have it backwards. Final move for 4. I can't figure it out. The company Detalion or LK Avalon did the same thing with their games. So by solving that puzzle, we get a key to open this hatch, and now we can go underground. This looks familiar. This looks like the passage to that chasm with swinging platforms. I feel like the developers took notes from Presto Studios, I swear. Aha! There's a second gene pod.
You now possess an instrument of ultimate transformation. Each pod is an eternal spring of new powers for the body and the intellect. It is a gift of abilities that transcend your ancestral limitations. Once your people are infused with its essence, and the legacy is passed on to your descendants, knowledge will replace ignorance, order will emerge from chaos, and science will replace superstition.
That's a pretty bold claim. Now the catch is, unlike the Egyptian one, we can't just leave. We can't take the pod and leave. It's like we're in an Indiana Jones style trap. We have to place something on the altar that weighs that much. Now how do you figure out how much to put on there? Well, you don't. You just have to guess. I happen to know from a walkthrough that you have to only put skulls on this altar. This is something I'm sure Cocktail Vision would definitely have done. Yep, total trial and error.
How pitiful.
Next up, instead of the swinging platforms, we have another sound cue puzzle. At least with the music off, it's easier to hear. Oh god, I know what we have to do next, and if I was actually here, I would not do this. We have to rob a tomb. Actually, it looks like someone already opened it. But we need this jewel in the skeleton's hand. I'm sure something like that would definitely cause a temporal ripple.
Time has no beginning and no end, but is a great cycle. And so it was that in the fourth cycle of the world, a time of renewal came upon the children of the maze. The god of all knowledge, Itzamna, came down from his dwelling place among the stars to offer a wondrous destiny to our people. And our priest did accept this gift. And through a sting from the sacred idol, the essence of Itzamna flowed into their blood, and his wisdom was passed on through their seed. Thereafter did the descendants of our priest become learned in all things.
Can you reboot and get back in? So now there's only one place left to go. So now that we've activated the altars, There's only one place left to go. Now that all the jewels are here, we just need to find one more. Pixel hunting strikes again. This is it. This is what I feared. When I first saw this puzzle, I literally said, "You got to be kidding me." Because it's a slider puzzle. Of all the puzzles these developers thought they could end off with, this is what they picked. And what's worse, you see these markings on the sides? These were on the symbols from the videos. So we have to carefully align every single piece so that each image matches these dots. I'm going to do a little of this to show you what it does, because this is worse than most slider puzzles. I'm just trying to remember which symbol goes where, because when I loaded saves, the photos didn't carry with them. We robbed a tomb. I'm doing part of this to show what the extra mechanic is to it. I hate these things with a burning fury. Of all the puzzles to end your level on, why did you pick this? I'm trying to do the lower left and match it to this picture. The problem is these tiles don't exactly match the images that were shown. I know, fair warning in advance for my next stream after this, it'll also have a slide puzzle that I don't think I'll be able to skip. I need to check for that. Yeah, Amber Journeys Beyond also has a slider. There, see that? The tiles solidified into one image, and this means the more images there are, the less space you have to work with, which potentially means if you don't have all the tiles in the right location, you could be soft-locked. It's not the first time I've seen a broken slider puzzle. The Seventh Guest and its sequel have the same problem, because they generate a random scramble, and some of those have like a missing tile. See? Because as you can see by this, I literally can't move the tiles anywhere. There's no way to shuffle them around. It's 3 tiles in empty space and that's it. See how many saves I made trying to do this? Anyway, let's leave this terribly designed level. The next level's on. There's nothing but goodness from here on out.
We're not alone, my friend. There's a malevolent presence roaming these worlds. A force, a being. It can travel through the time gates at will, and it has hounded me throughout my journey. I didn't stumble into this trap. It put me here. From its actions, I deduce it's some sort of guard left behind to turn back intruders. I should have told you sooner, I know. But I couldn't risk your abandoning me. I'm certain this guardian was meant to serve some useful purpose, but its behavior is so schizophrenic. I suspect it's acting beyond its original mandate, as if motivated by self-preservation. With all the challenges it has put me through, not once has it attempted to kill me. But then, one never knows. Wait. I feel it. He's here!
So he's trying to say that the robot guardian put Nichols into whatever void this is. Well, there's only one place left to go besides Atlantis. The one place the Condor crew never set foot. Pre-colonized North America. Here we go. Oop. Now this track is interesting because it's actually listed in the credits as, it's called Invoking the Hawk Spirit from the album Sun Chasers. I've actually listened to it, it's really relaxing. When the stream's done, I'll be sure to link to it in the VOD. Anyway, what's he got to say about this place? This term is actually outdated by now, although I actually don't know what the current term is at the moment. If I start thinking about what my presence may be doing to the continuum of time, I'll go insane. Perhaps I am destined to be here. So the Native Americans left because of crop shortage caused by dry weather. But that's speculation. As if they were commanded to drop everything at once and leave. I swear I'm hearing drums. Calendars that use beams of light to illuminate points on a spiral. And I'll be honest, Native Americans don't get enough attention in the... Well, I mean... It's hard to find positive stories about Native Americans. Oh yeah, Radium Skull. This song is from a real album. I'll make sure to link to it when I'm done with the stream. When I visit some area, it may be full of life and sounds and activity, and when I go back, the place has gone quiet. Well, the reading is technically optional because it's just a thing you can trigger in the inventory. You could just solve the puzzles on your own, but the problem is they bury a lot of clues within the text itself. So if you didn't read through it, you wouldn't know it. It's definitely not as nicely formatted as the way Myst does it. Sometimes the way Nichols words his entries, it sounds more like what you'd read in an old hint book they'd have like in the box of a game. Oh, Kukulkan. This definitely suggests the existence of a superior civilization. Their new technology may have been seen as magic. It also explains why these visitors have been considered gods by lesser developed peoples. We've seen that before. I suspect history has filled in the gaps with its own arrogant theories. We consider history to start when we begin to record it. It's amazing to realize that the world's earliest recollections have an almost identical starting date. And coinciding with a great catastrophe or migration. We can explain many mysteries from the time before recorded history with Atlantis. Oh, I'm sure we can. My findings seem inconceivable to my peers in the scientific community. When the proof is confirmed, man will require a rethinking and rewriting of history on a global scale. God, this guy has an ego. So we brought a busted flashlight. So he thinks Quetzalcoatl and this are connected to each other. Putting forth a theory and proving it are two different things altogether. That's definitely true. They captured eagles and hawks from their nests before they could fly. I'm not sure if this folklore is true or not. An atlatl, a spear thrower. Why do I understand the language from these messages? Why are they even here? Let's see. So it's like the systems that run these projectors just automatically talk in our the language we know. Okay, good. A map. So we're here, and there's 4 paths, each marked by a different sun calendar pattern. Alright, let's take a look around. Ah, the old log bridge trick. So there's 4 paths that go in all directions. So up here is where the sun calendar is set. If we move this lever, it changes the position of those rocks and makes a line appear on a part of the calendar. I'll start with this one. Each area has a sign denoting that location. And it's not this one that's active. Yes, this one.
There is value in the shadow. There is value in the shadow.
Aha! Now this would definitely be an anachronism. Nichols dropped this here. If this was a TSA agent, it would definitely be taken. So we have to literally shake this in order to see what's on the walls. unfortunately, we can't use the camera because we have to hold the flashlight at the same time. So the best you can do is just memorize it. This reminds me of the game Uru, where you drop a pellet that feeds bioluminescent algae and it shows patterns on the walls, but they only last for like a few seconds. All we can do is just leave it there. So what we have to do is light up all the symbols we saw.
There is value in the shadow.
Oh, I missed this thin one. That's how we know we got it right. Oh. This time zone has to have the best designed puzzles out of all of them. Second best was Egypt, because normally I would have taken my time with the math puzzles there, but for a stream I just didn't have the patience. Okay, next up.
You cannot leave here. I myself am trapped.
That's the one at the top.
You, like the other, shall not escape your doom.
This area is kind of a separate thing. I don't know what album this track is from. It's definitely not a stock loop. But here's the puzzle. On each of these 8 sides of this compass are animal prints. And we need to replicate those based on the direction of this path on the snake. So southwest is the bird foot. South is the paw. I do love having this camera because without it you have to be constantly either alt-tabbing or looking at at your phone, I guess. Barefoot. Anyway, so
Great mystery is revealed at Council Fire.
solving that puzzle makes this peace pipe light up. And by clicking this, we'll see another vision. There's actually 5 of them, and we have to click them one by one.
Each living thing inherited its beauty, wisdom, love, equality, and wholeness, and understood its role in Great Mystery's divine plan.
Oh, excuse me, I think I didn't get it at the start yet.
Ahey, 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 ahey. Oh, greetings, children of the earth. I am the storyteller of my people, and I shall tell you of the history of creation. Before the physical manifestation of the world, there existed only the eternal void. Then the great mystery, who is the source of all, breathed life into grandfather's sun and grandmother moon. When this was done, great mystery rolled substance into a ball to form the earth, and the earth mother became home to countless forms of life.
So like I said, we need to click this 5 times to see all 5 visions.
Each living thing inherited its beauty, wisdom, love, equality, and wholeness, and understood its role in Great Mystery's divine plan. Yet the human tribe strayed from the righteous path, and 3 times the world was destroyed that evil might be purged. Only the people with good in their hearts reached this 4th world, and these began a great migration. So did our people come to the canyon lands, and here our culture flourished in harmony with Mother Earth. As spring is a season of the rebirth, so came a time when the people were renewed. Great Mystery sent benefactors from a distant place to join our council fire in the canyon lands. They offered to plant the seed of enrichment within our shaman, that it would come to fruit within the crop of his children. His descendants grew to possess great wisdom, as our benefactors had promised. We built towering cities within the cliffs between the salt seas. Our artisans fashioned jewelry inlaid with the blue stone. Their works of fired clay were adorned with the rich colors of Mother Earth. Our irrigated mesas brimmed with squash and maize. And with the magic of the great gift, our wisdom grew and our spirits soared. So have the seeds of our benefactors enriched and renewed our people. Our people made wise use of the gift. Our benefactors looked down and were pleased with our people. So did they offer us a new world, there to live long lives of peace and plenty. Fearless did our people enter into the house of light. Their bodies had no weight, but floated as an eagle feather on the wind. They passed through time and came to land surrounded by a warm blue sea. From that land, we journeyed to the home of our benefactors. Thus did the people vanish from this land, and only their echoes remained in the desert canyons.
So this shaman is basically suggesting that, unlike the other civilizations, these people willingly just got up and migrated, went through the time gate and ended up at Atlantis. The Mayans, some of them went through the gate, but most of them ran away because they thought they'd all be sacrificed, because the Mayans went crazy with their bloody sacrifices. And the Egyptians, they thought mummification was a form of preservation and immortality, and all they did was waste all their time building pyramids and temples. At least that's what it says in this timeline. Just double check.
Hey, hey.
Nope. Okay, we've seen all 5. Oh, this is helpful. So the coyote one is west. And so we have to tackle these 3. And I assume the village is last. So with the calendar set to here, suddenly these birds are here. For this puzzle, we have to... Oh, excuse me. 1 second, please. For some reason, the game alt-tabbed. So we have to put these feathers in the right order. Whoops, mic was up again. Ah, okay. So all we need to do is match the sounds to these pictures in the right order. I assume this would be a turkey. This puzzle's not giving me much to work with. checking around, making sure everything's in place. So I have to solve this again. I'm telling ya, out of all these levels, I like this one a lot. Mostly because the puzzles actually make sense. They don't wait. Ah, okay. So one of those feathers was a red herring. Voila! So the thing about these kivas is that we have to memorize not only the symbol, but also the sound that plays inside it. Crows. Where I live, I'm surrounded more by grackles. I often get them confused. Wow, look at that view. I wonder if it was rendered in Bryce 3D. I'm also glad I'm not here in real life because I'm sure the heat would be crazy, even this farther back in time. So the first kiva was wind, or leaves, and a duck, and that one was an explosion. Actually, water was the element. Two down, two to go.
Myself am trapped.
I think he's implying we won't be able to use the time gates to get out in the future. me just get to the annoying one just to get out of the way. If I can find it. So this puzzle requires us to mount an arrow in this horizontal bow and fire it exactly through this hole in that rock pillar. But to fire it, we need to find the right arrowhead.
Straight as the wind blows.
Surprise! You also have to account for wind resistance too. This, by far, is the toughest and frustratingly obtuse puzzle in the game. There is a way to bypass this. And the only arrowhead that works is actually the second one, which is the fifth.
Shoot straight as the wind blows. straight as the wind blows.
Yeah, give me a sec. It definitely is, Froz. It definitely is. I know the developers put in like a bypass based on where you walk, but I don't remember what the combination is. I kinda don't want to load a save because I want to save my photos. It plays that same sequence when you walk in front of the screen.
Shoot straight as the wind blows.
Well, remember what the company that published it was. You see why I save scum so much? Some of these can only be reproduced like one time.
Shoot straight as the wind blows. Shoot straight as the wind blows.
Close.
Shoot straight as the wind blows. Shoot straight as the wind blows.
I pity those poor souls who played this without a smartphone before smartphones were invented. Judging by the time, before I load this, let's check out the village. Ah, yes. There was a... I must have unlocked this before doing the earlier puzzle. Basically, there was an ear of corn stuck in the ground, and you had to pierce cacti to make it grow. To get past this snake, we have to mimic its rattle. I'm just worried about time on the stream, honestly. Oh hey, I got it. Okay. Ah, here's the loom Nichols was talking about. There's one more time zone after this, and I'm trying to get through this one. That's why I'm kind of worked up. Nichols said that this loom was abandoned. I want to finish it. No, I'm fine. I just want to get through this. Now to another sound puzzle. We have to mimic the exact sound with these wind chimes. think I can tell. So by solving that drum puzzle, it unlocks this shaman's kiva. And we can actually be attacked because there's hazards in here. But we just respawn. The last puzzle is actually pretty simple because all you need to do is grab a gem in this crack of rock with a honey and stick it in the geode. Sorry, I didn't save an area where I was able to solve this puzzle. So by solving every puzzle, this is where we input what we found from the Kivas. We need to input the symbol and the sound we heard. And yes, the animal also plays a part. There. Now to the most important Kiva of all.
With the gift of our precious heritage, your future born shall build vast cities and bold temples. Their chisel shall speak in stone of the seasons of crops and kings and the flight of stars. And thousands of years hence, those who gaze upon these works will fill with wonder. Such is the power of these gifts, that none may be left behind for use with misguided intent, however noble it may appear. Once their task is accomplished, these life-giving pods must all be returned to their origin, there to fulfill their final purpose.
Here, this is a clue for the last puzzle we have to do here. So did you get that message? That person said after the gene pods have been used to help these people, they need to be brought back to where they came from. And now we have all three, so that's probably what we have to do. But Nichols wants to take them back to the prison for himself. Where is that dang spiral? No, Nichols is the guy who's trapped inside the time machine. And it's implied the robot did that. And judging by his threats, it sounds like the robot's gonna do the same to us. Because he doesn't want intruders in the past. So, to him, we're also an intruder. Trying to find the last puzzle. There it is. Okay, this one's actually pretty simple. All we have to do is backtrack the pattern of these leaves and complete the last 3 marks. Because it's actually symmetrical. Oh, I think I backed out by mistake. So, remember those symbols from the inside of the caverns? This is where we put them in. The more ones we enter, the more blue marks light up. And my dog wants attention outside. If I had more time to prepare, I would have had all the photos, but... Alright. Now here's where it really gets good. For all the torment we've endured, all the struggle we've had with those puzzles, this is where it finally pays off. There's only one place we haven't been, a place we've never been able to get to before.
I've long insisted the rise of these great cultures was too sudden to be explained by evolution and unguided discovery. There had to be another source of their abrupt enlightenment, an outside influence. And there was. I have proof, solid proof, that the legendary Atlanteans actually existed, and that they gave rise to these great civilizations. But the full truth is even more fantastic. Hurry, help me leave this infernal dimension and finish my work. You'll know everything, and we'll return with far more than knowledge. It's the cold wind of the Guardian.
I did have footage of Legacy of Time and its version of Atlantis, which was a Mediterranean city-state with the Play-Doh type of concentric rings and walls, but I ran out of time to get it into the stream, so just take my word for it. Where we're going is nothing like that. Get ready. The moment you've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here in Atlantis. This is all the kind of architecture I could ask for. And as we see, these buildings are indeed in the same pyramidal structure as the other cultures. There's not many puzzles here, mostly exposition. In fact, it's like the Atlanteans have set up a video tour for the people who came here. Because around these buildings they have kiosks about their history.
This energy beam tool can emit frequencies from the low subsonic range to the ultra-high electromagnetic range. It is able to generate extreme level 1 spatial distortion fields. Variable power and focus enable its use in all stages of construction, including excavation, thermal fusing, cutting, and the transport of structural modules. To demonstrate our achievements to various cultures, we have employed these tools to aid in the building of their larger structures. To enable this device, an access code must be set. For safety, the tool initially activates at minimum power, where accidental discharge at life forms will cause only momentary nervous disruption.
The controls of the Star Travel Stasis Pod have been modified to prevent unauthorized activation. To initiate the process, the code panel must be fully set, and the field generating base must sense the presence of an occupant. Depressing the activation button completes the sequence and generates the field. Where environmental danger is imminent, the pod's code panel may be fully preset, leaving its system in a ready state. Once in stasis, the occupant may be revived only by the completion of an automatic timing sequence or by the manual deactivation of the stasis field. A precisely timed revival sequence then allows the gradual resumption of cellular functions.
So every kiosk has 2 different videos, and I gotta record this track later because I didn't know this played here. I think this is a map of where we are. For some reason, my keyboard navigation is disabled.
This vessel is equipped with surface escape modules based at its key technical zones. These also serve as internal transport devices during normal conditions. The escape mode must be enabled at the main control panel in its zone. Once enabled, a module's escape switch may be used. These can only be launched while the ship is stationary. Each holds a life support system for short-term survival. A gravitational resonance beacon will aid in location and rescue efforts. Information and technical instructions for harnessing natural energies have been stored in each module. This will enable the establishment of longer-term and even permanent settlements if rescue cannot take place.
Our transportal time gate technology was first developed on this planet by experimenting with new metallic alloys, stasis fields, gravity fields, and crystalline energy lenses. We created a highly stable temporal gate. With few exceptions, both organic and inorganic matter can travel freely in both directions. A gate can be collapsed by the transport of several homeworld metals, as detailed in the technical banks. These metals will cause destructive resonance waves. These destabilize and overload the gate, ultimately collapsing the field. After the accidental implosion of one transportal, we ensured that items meant for temporal travel do not contain these metals.
So to recap so far, this ship has a multi-use thermal tool, stasis chambers, and an escape pod. But what the woman was saying at the end is that Atlantean metals mess up the time gate and break it, so let's make sure to... And the problem was, we've been traveling with those Atlantean metals in our pocket, and so is Nichols. So I'm wondering if we might not be able to time travel anymore. Now keep... Hey, I've seen these before. I might have to close the... I think I might have to close the game and open it again because my controls are locked out. Okay, there's the... My wireless keyboard went funny for a sec. That's what happened. Now, keep these symbols in mind. It's interesting that an underwater vessel would also have pools of water inside it. This is something I would have loved to see in that cartoon. A model of a DNA helix.
The genetic synthesis device is essentially a programmable integrator and replicator. It is able to analyze, reorganize, and synthesize genetic material. With it, and with the wisdom of many millennia, we have steered our development toward unprecedented heights. The power of this device, without the wisdom to employ it, could easily produce genetic creations that are wild, grotesque, and predatory, or microscopic, infectious, and deadly. We have established the highest safeguards to prevent removal of this genetic device from this outpost ship, and to prevent the ship from leaving this planet without it. The genetic infusion pods were produced with this device. Those pods must be reattached to the device, and the device itself must then be locked to the control panel to enable this ship's launch systems.
So, there's a gadget somewhere on the ship that we need to put the gene pods onto if we want to launch it. But Nichols wants the pods for himself, and if the device is taken from the ship, it won't be able to launch. I definitely wouldn't want to give DNA production devices to some crazy lunatic like that guy.
We have converted several immunization modules to introduce refined genetic material by pulsed injection through the skin. Their casings are shaped and decorated appropriately for each culture. These pods are more than simple infusion devices.
Excuse me, Windows XP.
Our race, preserved in a thermally fueled microstasis field. These containers are portable and immune to the passing of time. The pods also serve as emergency storage of our genetic heritage in the event that nature or miscalculation deals a fatal blow to our race.
Okay, I think the video glitched there. I'm gonna save. Yeah, I think my old computer is having a hard time keeping up with the capture card. Even with this new DVI cable instead of VGA. Ooh, I like this place a lot.
Beneath the planet's surface flows an ocean of molten rock. The decay of unstable atoms drives this vast furnace. We have developed safe technologies to bring forth this clean and inexhaustible power. We have driven deep wells to harness a stable geothermal energy source. As on our world, we use crystalline magnetic resonance to manage energy. Magnetic resonance cells serve as dense and lossless energy stores. Our laminate crystal arrays can be tuned to convert energy to any form. Piezoelectric transducers directly convert electrical impulses to mechanical energy. Crystal filaments conduct power efficiently. perfect lenses focus energy beams for excavation and construction. We also harness the boundless light and heat of the sun, the energy of winds, and the power of the planet's rivers and ocean tides. When Earth's cultural development assures their peaceful, constructive use, these energy technologies shall be disclosed to humankind.
So if humanity gets its act together, Atlantis will reveal its secrets of harnessing power. Like that'll ever happen.
Our basic synthetic servant is assembled from the modules for energy storage, locomotion, object manipulation, basic logic, and synthetic intelligence. We have recently added a trans-dimensional field generator, which enables inorganic entities to modify their form and density, to access and maintain previously unreachable parts of the ship. At lower power settings, the servant's basic functions continue, but its trans-dimensional field is inoperative. A self-monitoring energy system automatically directs each servant unit to its beamed energy charging station. The station's energy conversion crystal is tuned to the specific frequency of that unit.
I forgot to photograph the one in the second period. Huh. I can't find it. Oh wait, there it is. These plants look like orchids. Now for the most important one. Actually, Nichols has one more journal section. It's not the... There's a little bit in there that's interesting. I'm gonna just skim through it. There's ruined buildings outside. So he's sick from the time traveling with those gene pods in his pocket. I feel like this time travel has just messed up his brain. electronic telepathy that went beyond language. It directly reached the centers of meaning and imagery in the brain. So, where we are is an outpost ship that came from a gigantic one that was in orbit. So the beam tool was used to shape Mesa Verde and the pyramids. So he injected himself with the gene pods, and it's applied through the skin. So some of the people went through the gate and mingled with the Atlanteans, and they just... It was to add variety to their people. Yeah, the Easter Islands cannibalized each other, and the Mayans' warlike ways never changed. So he was looking for a genetic link between the cultures, and these pods are where it came from. central dome. So if we launch the ship, we could use the escape pod before it takes off. Spaceship Atlantis. This design feels almost like something a friend of mine drew for me. So this is a piece of Atlantean metal. Once again, orichalcum comes up. Now here, what I was thinking of. Should I let the world in, or keep the awesome power of Atlantean science safely sealed beneath the sea? Of course, I'm assuming I'll find a way home. They could claim I fabricated any other artifact. So he's caught between mankind and glory. The more I discover, the more I realize I still don't know. So he sent his journal and camera through it first, and that was how we found it. So the Guardian finally caught up to him. Alright, that's enough of his talk. Now to the last compound.
In all the cultures we infused, each human was affected by our genetic heritage in varying degrees. There were those in whom the gift was barely manifest, and some who developed a harmonious blend of traits. Others were highly elevated and deeply moved by the desire for new and deeper knowledge. To them we offered passage to our planet. Many chose to join us on our departure day. As our heritage brought enlightenment to Earth, so would their human diversity enrich the life of our home world. Our colony ship has long departed, leaving this outpost to carry out several decades of tasks. We intended to equip humanity with the knowledge and means to tap their planetary energies. But this final mission has come to an unfortunate end. We expected tremors and eruptions, but none as powerful as the recent quakes that have shaken this planet. Rivers of molten magma first turned our glorious world into a flaming cauldron. Then fissures tore through our land, and the mountain upon which the ship is anchored crumbled and sank beneath the sea. Only the protection of our energy sphere saved this outpost ship, and those fortunate enough to be within it.
We are from a noble, ancient race, an incomprehensible distance from this world. We long ago attained planetary peace. Meticulous manipulation of our genetic makeup helped us achieve vast intellects and flawless bodies. We harnessed boundless natural power and were freed from petty concerns and conflicts. Long after we had conquered the enemies from within, our world was threatened by a cosmic foe. The moon of a nearby planet was struck and shattered by a titanic asteroid. Fine meteorites would soon cover our planet with radioactive dust. Mutations from its weak, persistent radiation would have plunged us into genetic oblivion. Without means to evacuate our planet, we chose to shield ourselves and outlast the decaying radioactive material. Deep underground, we constructed vast arrays of medical stasis chambers which could suspend life indefinitely. We converted an orbital station into a colony ship to take our finest and fittest scientists, technicians, and artisans to this planet, one of the few life-sustaining worlds within our reach. Their mission was to survive here and in time return to revive our race. Our colony vessel reached this planet and orbited while a section detached and landed on an unpopulated island continent. It served as the gateway for the orbiter's colony. What came to be known as Atlantis grew slowly around this outpost ship, populated over time by a great hybrid race. Here, our quest for knowledge continued, waiting for the distant day when our descendants would return to our planet for its reawakening.
That sounds like a familiar story a friend of mine made.
When first we came, this young world was filled with barbaric tribes in constant battle for dominance. Within rare peoples, we saw potential for greatness and took upon ourselves the noble task that a distant benefactor surely performed with our own ancestors: the infusion of a refined genetic legacy. A major advancement in our sciences occurred when we alloyed rare earth metals with our own to hyperfocus and combine stasis and gravity fields. The effect created transportals, gates through planetary time and space. We were free to explore this world with unprecedented freedom and use the gates to seek promising Earth cultures at their crucial eras.
Well, it makes about as much sense as the TSA's neutrino acceleration matrix. Now this one, pay attention because this one is different and more important than the others.
My distant kin, hear this final message from your Terran outpost. We dare not attempt an escape launch through the surface storms above. We expect years to pass before we can safely fly our ship through this tortured atmosphere. To conserve vital supplies, we will await the proper departure time in our stasis chambers. One of our trans-dimensional artificial servants has been instructed to serve as a guardian and caretaker of our systems for decades, even centuries if necessary. The Guardian will revive us when planetary conditions permit a launch. Until the Great Reunion.
Departed Masters. The entire station has sunk to the ocean floor. The energy dome was raised in time. Water penetrated and damaged 2 matter recyclers and 5 revival systems beyond local repair. The stasis chambers remain functional. During repairs, part of my neuron circuitry was damaged by an electron discharge. I will attempt to relink my microneurons by opening alternate logic paths. Propulsion units are intact. Planetary turbulence is too great for launch. I await instructions until the Great Reunion. Distant creators. Conditions at this station have deteriorated. All stasis chambers have failed. All occupants expired. The transportal field generator is weak and unstable. The genetic pods stored in this world's time regions cannot be reached to enable launch. A pod retrieval mission would be futile. I understand my remaining mission of safeguarding our knowledge from all intruders. Further instructions are not required.
We acknowledge your recent report. We regret to learn of the extensive damage to your vessel and of the stasis system failure that has destroyed the crew. If the ship is no longer able to launch, you are directed to execute the Level 1 emergency procedure. This will prevent the uncontrolled disclosure of technology. Use redundant gravity beams to transmit the station chronologue. Then manually initiate the full-scale self-destruct sequence. You have served well. Until the Great Reunion.
I have been revived from stasis by our synthetic servant, who appears damaged by a massive electrical discharge several hundred years ago, according to our chronologue. With some distorted sense of urgency, it accelerated my revival by beaming thermal waves at me during my stasis transition. It asks me questions, it craves direction, but it will not accept orders. Its non-violence directives is intact, but its temperament is unstable. The atmosphere above had stabilized. I commanded it to launch a ship, and I could see its mind was in conflict. Ultimately, it refused. When I attempted to deactivate the Guardian, it became agitated and disappeared. The other stasis chambers are intact, but in this body there is much damage. Much cell damage. I'm dying until the Great Reunion.
Well, that's why you don't handle a cryo system.
Soon you will be with the other.
Okay, so the Guardian just revealed that yes, he wants to put me in the time gate alongside Nichols. Okay, the info dump is done. Now it's time to take action. This central tower in the middle is actually where the ship's bridge is, and we need to get there. And to do that, we have to input the symbols we saw in the other buildings. Why do they put in so many combinations if there's only 4 that we need to put in? I'm trying to find this one. That one, okay. I couldn't tell because it was flipped backwards. Okay, that wasn't the right one. I hate when puzzles don't let you scroll back on a keypad. Well, now we're in the hold of the ship, and there's like Easter Island statues everywhere. And to get to the bridge, we need an additional part. There he is, recharging. And I better save because we have to steal it from him.
My charge. Resume my charge. Return the crystals now.
If we hang around too long, he'll capture us. Time is of the essence now, because this is it's not exactly a time limit, but if we stay still too long, he'll get us. So we need to carefully look at these cryo cells and note down these patterns on the back, because one of them is open. Oh. I'll talk more about the features in here when we're done with this. So we need to lure him into here because we're setting up a trap. Dang it. I need to know what's in the lower right corner. Honestly, for us, I would say the Myst franchise is kind of like that too. I have the sequels for that planned for November. Now here is where this sequence is also where the multiple endings come in, and testing this actually can lead to a bad ending right here. Here comes bad ending number 1.
You have put yourself into stasis. My domain is secure again.
And most of the bad things have an epilogue from a newspaper that from 2058. Alexander Nichols, that's his name. So he tunneled in from below. I know there's another... Oh, wrong mouse. I was using the wrong mouse. Yeah, so the Guardian was crazy. They are alive. So when the crew broke in, the Guardian came after them. So we want to set the code, then back up and go over here. Here's the energy tool. Now, we need to input a code, and I honestly don't know the time to work through this. I already know what the code is. All right. So what you need to do is aim the gun at first at him, and then quickly hit the button, but I'm gonna wait for bad ending 2.
Now you will spend eternity in the nebula.
So yep, just as he said, we're now stuck inside the void of the time machine, forever doomed to look at this panorama. And by implanting the DNA, he has a prodigal grandson. It might take me a couple tries to do this.
No, not stasis.
And we did it! He's down. But now we have a choice to make. What do we do with the gene pods? Well, here's the device. And this is the pod that must be the pod that never got given to the Easter Islanders. And now we have the whole device. Well, here's where the last time gate is.
Thank God. You defeated the Guardian. I thought you were done for. Now we're almost home. Do exactly as I say, and you'll save us both. Be careful, though. This gate, there's something not quite right with it.
Well, let's see what happens if we try to give it to him.
Warning. Self-destruct initiated. 3 minutes remaining.
Yes, by doing that, the ship's gonna self-destruct. And it takes 3 real-time minutes for that to happen. Unfortunately, I don't have any video recorded, so... And it's not that interesting of an ending, it just flies out and goes boom. So... You'll just have to take my word for it. Now, what's this? Well, the log said that we need to return this device, so maybe this is how we launch it.
Station launch initiated. 2 minutes remaining.
And again, real time.
Come back! There's still time! Release me!
So what we need to do is complete his trip to Easter Island because he was put in there with no destination, so... Oh, it's this one.
Thank you. I am grateful to be leaving, believe me. But you send me back with nothing. Only fantastic stories.
And because I'm unstable, it still collapses.
Station launch in 1 minute.
Well, there's two more endings here.
Station launch in 30 seconds.
They said the escape pod has a beacon and knowledge on board, so let's try and take this info back to the public. Why not?
Until the great reunion.
So who's gonna pick us up? Fishing vessel nets UFO. Occupant appears humanoid. Over 100 passengers on Flight 105 witnessed the launch of an unidentified object. Claims to be a human of the 20th century. Mission through time and space. Visitor claims outpost ship returned to homeworld. Reminiscent of Roswell incident. Time traveler is human. Futuristic technologies hold key to planet survival. So, we've taken credit for Nichols' discovery. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? Multi-million-dollar movie, book, and video game deals. So that was the happy end, but there's one more.
Thank God. You defeated the Guardian. Thank you. I am grateful to be leaving, believe me. But you send me back with nothing. Only fantastic stories.
Station launch initiated. 2 minutes remaining.
So, we stay on the ship when it launches. And that's 2 real-time minutes, which unfortunately I can't skip. But to pass the time, and let's just see the credits. This was the track I was talking about in the Anasazi time zone. I'll make sure to link to it when I'm done with this. New World Order Audio Library, Ethnic Loops Audio Library. It's just so silly why a phone company would think they could make a game division too. Let's look at these people while we got the time.
Station launch in 1 minute. in 30 seconds.
I think they have the cases moved slightly so you can see what the combination is on the back panel. Because if they were all centered, you wouldn't be able to tell what the code is.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Until the great reunion.
Let's go! This planet was covered with radioactive dust, as they said, so I hope they found a way to make it habitable. Atlantean Clay requesting permission to initiate homeworld re-entry. Stasis chamber restored my damaged neural nets and released me. Contained remaining crew and one Terran placed in stasis for the journey. So the ship's computer fixed the Guardian, but he put me in stasis. So, what now? I hate to break it to you, but there was no sequel. Welp, I'm glad you guys could join me for this experience on Windows XP this time. Next time, I'll see you in Windows 98.